I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation. The president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot in another country and annex a significant portion of it called Crimea. He's saying that it was my boss, it was his fault. Guatemala, El Salvador, and to go in and say in Honduras and say, look, I took on Putin in terms of in terms of what was going on in Ukraine. By strengthening, by investing $100 billion in education, in global warming efforts. It's a whole range of things. We can't afford it by just beginning to treat reward work as much as wealth.
It get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
If you want to protect yourself, get a double-barrel shotgun. Have the shells, a 12-gauge shotgun.
They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
No man has a right to raise
Hold on. There we go. We had the mute thing on. So that was like hilarious. There was like, I wanted y'all to see that part. I can't fast forward it, but there's that part at the end where he was like talking about like the little kids that come up to him in the pool and like play with his leg hairs, and then like he was like, yeah, so I know about cockroaches or whatever like that, and I know about kids jumping on my lap, and I love kids jumping on my lap. It's like, what did you say? And it's like it's pretty gruesome how they reveal, just how they see other human beings, how they see children, how they see young adults and young children. Like it's just just gross, but it's just hilarious. Robin definitely went in on that, and I'm pretty confused because like I had never gone to like any kind of rally or any kind of presidential debate or campaign or meetup or where the presidents go to the different places and they talk to get votes and all that. I've never gone to any one of those, But what's crazy to me is like from seeing just snippets or just like seeing different moments of like Biden on TV and just like him literally just like discombobulating, breaking down, motor skills, just like what's going on. For people to actually go to hours or like long events like this and listen to this guy talk for long moments, and they cannot hear this debacle going on, like the dysfunction coming out. He came in like understand what he's saying himself. He doesn't even know what he's saying, and like the motor skills and just the rambling and mumbling off and not really finishing sentences and just not really computing. Like I've always said this year, like COVID, like 100 years, like what? Like, just not even all the way there, yet they're supporting this person. They're paying, to support the campaign and all that. They want to, and that's how it's a show, because like, I don't know how, how me, and I'm sane, definitely sane, not compared to anybody else. I'm definitely a sane person, like going to an event like this in a moment, I would sense all this. And like clearly see that the guy is not all there, all put together. It probably is not highest for him to be running a country and signing papers and have control over the nukes and stuff in our country. Definitely not. I don't know who appointed this man, but it definitely is not highest to have him running the country. So it's like does anybody else see that? Does anybody else think that at all? Have they connected the two dots? Like, put crazy person in office, give him control over the country and the world. How did that ever seem like a good plan to begin with? I'm just wondering. I mean, we had a man that clearly was an amazing businessman and an amazing humanitarian in so many different ways, regardless of what people say and judge and slur about Trump. It's just like, okay, grow up, be mature. Everybody's had a life, everyone's made choices and experiences, but it's what you do with it at that point. And if you ain't turning around and making something out of it, you have no room to talk, so shut up. So we love Papa Trump. Thank you, Papa Trump. Yeah, and definitely being real, but being compassionate. That's what's important. It's not about being this dictator prosecutor, and that's the thing I definitely feel, for me and myself and my experience, but for a lot of people who are very sensitive or intuitive and aware, there's a lot of times where I realize in my own experience that my awareness moves so fast sometimes. It moves faster, a lot of times than I can grab myself, and before I know it, my body's already, trying to move into some reactory experience, or, just whether I immediately take it personally or whatever, because I'm already looking at other things. I'm already sensing other energetics and stuff. And so and definitely with the triggers and different attachments and things. So, I've had to get really good at just having those boundaries for myself. It really is about, it's not just about immediate reaction. It's not about just jumping the gun. It's not about being impulsive. Regardless of what the truth, the awareness is, or what the experience is happening, just going out the banter and completely letting loose is not the highest or probably the best choice at all most of the time. And a lot of times more can be discovered, a lot more can be understood and become aware of, the longer we give ourselves that patience and compassion, and just because the awareness is there, it's coming to you, it doesn't give you, the right to basically, steamboat other people in their experience either, so that definitely has to be a boundary for you and for everybody else, because we have to play nice and take care of each other. That's ultimately where this experience is going. If no one hasn't quite figured that out, we are going to reach a point where the very real reality that you are here to help support and take care of each other is not just about you. It's going to get really, really real very, very fast for all of you. And it's going to enforce you to move into experiences that allow you to experience this for yourself and also learn. So we can grow in this and get better at doing this so we can move into higher experiences together. But if people don't have the wisdom, if we don't have the experience or the training in so many ways to speak, it's not going to go so well. We have to have empowered people who are confident that they are in their own abilities, capabilities, skills, whatnot, that they can be a participant and of assistance to humanity and this ascension process. And everyone is, but it's not real until you accept that for yourself, until you have discovered that for yourself and you realize how to generate your own energy and push that for mom. And definitely that's where a lot of people get sidetracked. It's what happened to a lot of people after mom ascended. A lot of people kind of veered off, because they lost sight. They lost focus of mom. And mom's not first, for them in their experience. They're not putting mom first. They're not, really living their life, in appreciation and gratitude for everything mom went through. And not even really caring, what the rest of the world's going through, what mom is needing everyone to step up into and be a participant, to participate in this ascension process, So, everyone's getting their own experiences. It is what it is. There's no judgment or blame. It is completely up to God and love to handle all the details. And so, all I can say at this point, if you put mom first, if she's what matters to you, definitely in, building this dream, getting to 5D and helping everyone, everyone are children of God. Everyone is, so are you going to help out your brothers and sisters, or are you going to be a snob and just kind of weave your way, through and just try to do it alone? It's it's not really feasible on so many levels, even energetically at this point, and there's a lot of people that are reaching into points where this consciousness, jump we're about to go through, it has everything to do with the reality we're moving into. And so you have to be a vibrational match. So therefore, if you don't have the correct amount of experiences, if your frequency and vibration have not undergone the right amount of changes and fluctuations, and they are not a vibrational match to 5D, you can't get in. As that whole ice thing just shifted. You can't get in. Does that make sense? So allow the process. Be open and vulnerable. Keep letting go. Keep trusting mom. All the things that are coming to you and that you are going through right now, they are important and they are highest for you to go through these experiences and have the wisdoms from them. And all of these experiences, every moment, they are changing your energy. Your whole frequency and consciousness are shifting and changing. They're evolving every moment. And every experience you go through is causing it to change. Those are catalysts. Those are very important. Without those, you would not fluctuate and shift and change the way you need to grow, right? So it's about being more open and vulnerable and allowing things to come through and in and just trusting mom, to guide you, and this will allow you to accelerate and evolve quicker. But the more you try to hold back, the more you try to resist because they're not what you want or you think you know better, you're going to start hitting a lot of walls because you must go through a lot of these lessons just so your energy can even shift into where it's a vibrational match to a different reality. There's no shortcuts. There's no, easy get out of jail free cards or anything like that. It's pretty real, and that requires you to also go through the experience. Why would you cheat yourself out of that? And there's a lot of people that do. They don't care. But you ask yourself, why would you cheat yourself out of that experience? The chance to know something, the chance to feel and experience something beautiful and grand, why would you cheat yourself out of it? Why would you steal that from your own self? And then, of course, be bitter and regretful and resentful later on in life and then blame everybody else that does have that experience, but you chose not to have it from the get-go. How does that work out, right? We got to get real with ourselves. We can stop being dumb and playing sabotager of our own life and our own fun and joy and start benefiting and supporting ourselves and doing the things and making the choices that actually matter, that we actually thrive and benefit off of. And in later moments, we can actually respect ourselves more. We can appreciate ourselves more because we made those choices and we chose to push for the highest. And then we're living in those same experiences. There's a saying that, there was a saying I found a while ago, but also someone, shared with this. They actually said to me, on a session, and I was really grateful. And they said that, even no matter how old you are at this point, you can't deny at this point in your life that you're not living out one of the prayers that you asked for so long ago. At some point in your life, you prayed for something and you begged God for something, and you're living it out right now. You've already received it, but you forgot you even asked for it because, that's how fast we move on in life, how we quickly just have all these needs and wants and desires and all these miracles and save me this and all that, and yet the next moment is not even a thing anymore because our focus is now attached onto something else. We forgot all the prayers that we made, but they still happened. They still came to us. We're still living out the prayers that we asked for as children. It may not look like it. You just haven't been looking at the right way. And so a lot of it is shit now at this point because you've been asking for a lot of shit. Does it make sense? That's all you think you're good enough for. That's all you think your value equals. So it's shit. Until you realize, you know what? No. I am worth